Alright, so here's what we have so far. And I've actually just gone ahead and tied a little slip knot in the top so I don't have to cut the yarn. Now I'm going to show you how we work in the round. So this was rows, and that was really poor grammar there. This sample is row construction, so we go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Now we're going to work in the round. So I'm just going to set that off to the side, come down a little bit. We're going to do a magic circle like we did before. So pinch it, wrap it around your 2 fingers, wrap it around again, making that nice X. Go under the first loop, over the top of the second one, hook it. As you hook it, twist your hook, and then it's an awkward angle, so I'm having trouble. Yarn over and pull through pull through the loop, and yank it down. So now we have the working yarn coming out here, and that makes our slip knot. And right here is our loop. So I'm going to pull that down. So it doesn't need to be that big. And this is what I have. Now, to work in the round, or actually this is going to be working as a continuous spiral because it's amigurumi. Amigurumi, we don't do any joins unless we're switching colors. So you're going to want to keep this first loop fairly loose. See how loose, how much room I have in there? Because it is probably the most difficult when you get back to the beginning of this round. It's the most difficult join because it's the only join. Okay, so I'm going to chain, or I'm only doing single crochet, so that's our chain 1. Insert your hook into the loop, or into the circle, yarn over, pull up a loop, just as you would for a normal single crochet. Yarn over and pull through 2. And you'll notice I don't work tightly on this very first round because it is so difficult when you get back to the beginning. So that's 1. Let's do another one. Insert your hook into the middle of the circle, yarn over, sorry, I don't know if you're able to see that, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. That's 2. And I've noticed most amigurumi projects start with a circle of 6. So let's go ahead and do that. So 1, 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3. Do it again. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 4. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 5. And 1 more. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 6. And at this point I'll drop my working yarn, pick up my tail, and not completely pull that tight. See how there's still space in there? Because it's actually easier if you don't. And I'm going to go back to the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is the one I'm looking for. Our very first one. Give yourself some space with that first loop. See how I pulled that up really loose? Now you can pull it back down. I've gone under both parts of the V. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now with that big giant hole in the middle, big giant hole, boy that was terrible grammar, with that hole in the middle right here, it's very easy to see where we started, where we ended with our first round, and where we put our very first stitch of the next round. Ordinarily, I would suggest using a yarn marker. With yellow, I suggest using white yarn. If you're going to do yarn marker, if you're going to do the way I do, marking rounds, I use yarn because it's very convenient. Okay, so I put in my first single crochet of round number 2, and now I can pull my tail thread, the one that runs in the center of that circle, and actually pull that down, and that closes the hole. This chunky yarn, your hole is not going to close all the way, but it'll close enough. Okay. Alright, so we've done the first crochet of round number 2. Round number 2 will be nearly always an increase round. Not always, but almost always. And usually when I say that, for me, it means put 2 single crochets into each single crochet of the round below. So we've started with 1 already in the beginning round. We've put 1 single crochet into the first stitch of the round below it. So I need to put in a second one. And yes, that might be a little tricky because we've cinched down everything. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. So now we have 2 single crochets in the stitch below. Do it again. Insert your hook under both loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up, or yarn over and pull through 2. Do it again. So normal single crochet, and now we have 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do it again. So this stitch will have numbers 5 and 6. 1, 5, and 6. This one will have 7 and 8. And yes, when I'm alone, I do count these out loud, but usually I'm counting doctors. So 7 and 8 is Sylvester McCoy and Paul McGann. Shh, don't tell anybody. Yarn over and pull through 2. So 7 and 8. And then the next one will have 9 and 10. 9. 10. And the last one will have 11 and 12. And yes, when I'm counting doctors, I have to skip the war doctor. 11 and 12. Now we're at the end of this round. And here's where I usually start using my stitch marker, or row marker. So here's what we have. Here's your inner 6, and here's your outer 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this one is actually the beginning of the next round. So I'm going to do one more increase round, and then I'll show you how to do the decreases in the round. It's very similar to, in fact, it's exactly the same as we did on our row by row sample. It's exactly the same. You just happen to be turning in a circle. So let me get a stitch marker. Got some white here. I'm going to pull off a piece. And this is going to make it a whole lot easier to follow along on where your rounds begin and end. So I just lay it in there, just like that. Just lay it on top, and then ignore it. So for round 3, it's also going to increase, but this time, instead of increasing in every stitch, it's going to be every other stitch. So the first one is going to hold stitch number 1. And then the next one is going to hold stitches number 2 and 3. 2, 3. Then do 1 single crochet in the next. So stitch number 4. And then the next one is stitch number 5 and 6. 5 and 6. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Get some more yarn out here. The next one is going to be 1 single crochet, so stitch number 7. Then 8 and 9 will go into the next one. 8 and 9. Like that. 10 is all alone. And 11 and 12 are together. 11 and 12. Next one is 13 all by itself. 14 and 15 go in the next stitch. 14 and 15. And then 16 is all alone. 16. And then 17 and 18 go in the last one. And you'll see we're back at our stitch marker, so we know we're at the end of this round. 17 and 18. And this is what I have. And because I put the increases in the same places, or just above the one in the previous round, it's going to start looking a bit hexagonal, like a hexagon, and that's okay. Once you get to the part where you're no longer increasing, it'll stop looking like a hexagon and start taking on a rounded cup appearance. And that's what we need. All right. So now I'm going to move my stitch marker up a row just by folding it back the other way. So now both sides are coming out here. Both ends of the stitch marker are there. And this is what I have. Now just for your ease, so you can see what I meant by by the item becoming cupped, I'm going to do a round or two, probably two. Okay, definitely 2 rounds of just single crochet, go round and around twice. And I'll be quiet for all of this. And yes, I'll speed this up because you don't want to watch that. And here I'm coming around to the beginning. And if you notice, oops, sorry, I dropped it. It is definitely starting to cup. Alright, I'm going to move my stitch marker up again, just by flipping it up to the top, over the top, just like that. And I'll do one more complete round of just regular single crochets. Alright, I'm back to my stitch marker. And now you can really see how it's starting to cup up. And this is actually the outside here, and this is the inside. So I'm just going to fold it over, push the inside to the inside. And the outside is now where it should be on the outside. Alright. So now we're going to go ahead and take this particular row back down to 12 stitches. And we have 18 in the row below it, so now we're going to decrease by 6. To do that, the first stitch will be a normal single crochet. The second stitch will be a decrease. So insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Normal single crochet. The next one we're going to do an amigurumi decrease, just like I showed before. So insert your hook under the first loop of the V, swing around, pull up, or go through this front loop of the next stitch, the V. So you have your original loop here, and you're gone through the front loop of the next stitch and the front loop of the third stitch. Yarn over and pull through both of those, and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And that's what your decrease looks like. The next stitch will be a regular stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. The next one will be a decrease, so we're going to go under the front loop of this V and the front loop of that V. So go under the first one, swing around, go under the next one, yarn over, pull up your loop by pulling out from underneath those two front loops of the V's, yarn over and pull through 2. The next stitch is a regular stitch. Yarn over and pull through 2. The next one is a decrease. Yarn over and pull through 2. Or yarn over and pull back through. Yarn over and pull through 2. Trying to think of different ways to describe this. And really, the best way to describe it is just to show it. So the next stitch is a regular stitch, and then a decrease, yarn over and pull through both loops, and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And yes, I use the word loop a lot, but that is what they are called. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. So that was a regular single crochet. We're going to do another decrease. Go under the front loop of the first stitch, the front loop of the second stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. We're going to do a regular single crochet here. So yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And then we have 2 stitches left before we get to our yarn marker here, and that's going to be our final decrease. Under the front loop of the first stitch, yarn, underneath the loop of the front loop of the second stitch, yarn over, pull through both loops, add a loop to your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. So now, this is what you have. It's starting to cave in on itself. which is good. This opening is now even smaller than it was before. And now we're going to move our stitch marker to the front. And then this row, we're going to take 12 stitches down to 6. And here, if you want to double check, go ahead and double check. Make sure you actually do have 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we do, and that's good. Or rather, I do. Which means I haven't screwed up yet. Amigurumi is very forgiving, so even if you screw up and you miss this count, you can always add a stitch to the next round or take one away. And to be honest with you, unless you are doing some really, really intense shaping, no one's going to ever even notice it. And if you really are particular and want your project to be completely perfect, you can always take stitches out and go back to the row below. I'm not that particular, so I'm not going to do that. That's a lot of work. All right. So on this round, we're going to close this up. We're going to go from 12 to 6, so every stitch is a decrease stitch. And to do that, we're just going to decrease like we were doing before. Front loop of the first stitch, front loop of the second stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1. I'm going to do it again. Front loop, front loop, pull up, and pull through 2. That's 2. 3. And usually if I was making like a ball for a little kid or a cat toy, which was what most of my stuff turns into, this is where I would pause for just a minute, add my stuffing, and then continue on closing up this gap. But since I'm not going to be doing that, we'll just keep going on. So the first one and the second, pull up a loop, and that's stitch number 4. This is stitch number 5. And we're almost back to the beginning. There's our stitch marker. We only have 2 stitches left, which we will stitch together. And 6. Now right now it looks a little crazy. 1, it's not stuffed, and 2, it is a little crazy. If you look right there, right where our stitch marker is, this stitch is lower than that stitch. To finish off any amigurumi ball or pretty much anything amigurumi, you're going to take, oops, sorry, trying to fight with the yarn that I got wrapped around there, and do a slip stitch in the next stitch, so it as if you were continuing on, but instead you're going to pull up a loop and then pull, don't yarn over here, just pull it through that one. And that will even that right on out. Just like that. Alright. Here is the row by row construction, and here is in the round construction. And I just realized that I have not taught you any stitches beyond single crochet. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take my ball apart and teach you on the row by row, because it'll actually be a lot easier. In amigurumi, you don't usually use bigger stitches, only when shaping. So I'm really just going to show you on the row construction here on how we do that. So the first stitch I'm going to show you that is bigger than a single crochet is a half double crochet. And the rules of crochet, to step up and make the height of a half double, you're going to chain 2. So chain 1, chain 2, and then turn your project. You can do front loops only, you can do back loops only, you can actually do increases and decreases with this as well, which I'll show you in a little bit. But for a regular half double crochet, you're going to get your first loop. You're going to wrap the yarn around your hook. Did you see that? Wrap it around, so over the top. Pull that. I like to put my finger there. Insert your hook, yarn over. Now you have 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over and pull through all 3. And that gets you a half double crochet. Show you again. Yarn over. Then insert the hook. If you can. I'm fighting with this yarn, it likes to split. Yarn over and pull up your loop. Now you have 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, pull through all 3. One more time, yarn over. Insert your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, pull through all 3. So it's almost the same, but not exactly the same as a single crochet. One more time, yarn over, insert the hook, both loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, so you now have 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all 3. And the last one, always make sure you get that last one. When I'm working on crocheted wreaths, I like to do half double crochet, because if you'll notice, the holes are actually filled by the extra loop in the back there. So you really aren't going to see any of the wreath form or the stuffing should you choose to do it that way. It won't poke through, where you might see it in a single crochet. Alright, so we're going to go back the other way and I'm going to show you decreases and increases. To step up, we need to chain 2. And then we're going to turn our project. And the first one I'm going to do just a regular half double, yarn over, insert the hook, and pull up a loop. So now we have 3, yarn over, pull through all 3. To do an increase, you're just going to put two half double crochets into the next stitch, just as if you were doing a single crochet in increase. So 1 and 2. Oops, don't split the yarn. I think I keep trying to. If you don't like how it looks, pull it out. Try again. There we go. That looks a lot better. And this one I'm going to do just a regular or non-increase. I'm going to increase again here. So put 2 half doubles, so yarn over, then insert the hook and yarn over and pull up a loop. So now you have 3. Yarn over, pull through 3. Do another one in the same spot right there. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 3. And yes, sometimes you might have to just pull through one at a time instead of doing all 3 in one swoop. Okay, I'm going to do one more regular half double crochet, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then I'm going to do an increase in the next one. Yarn over, pull up a loop, so you have 3, yarn over and pull through all 3. And increase, so just put a second one in that same spot. Yarn over and pull through all 3. And don't forget the last one, which I'm trying to do as a single crochet. Hold on. There we go. So now we should have 10 stitches again. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Alright, we're going to chain up. So 1 and 2. Turn around. And now I'm going to show you how to do decreases. So the first one I'm going to do is a regular half double. So yarn over, and then insert your hook and yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3. To do the decreases, half double crochets a little bit more complicated than just a regular decrease. You're going to yarn over and go through both loops and yarn over, pull up a loop. Then you're going to do, you're not going to yarn over again, you're just going to insert your hook into the next one. Yarn over, now you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over and pull through all 4. That is a regular half double crochet decrease. And that is what it looks like, and it's really bulky. So I'm going to go ahead and do a regular half double crochet in the next stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, so now you have 3. Yarn over and pull through all 3. For an amigurumi half double decrease, you're going to yarn over, go through the front loop of the first stitch, swing around, go through the front loop of the second stitch, like that. So you have your 2 loops, and you've gone under 2. Yarn over and pull through both of those, which is a little more tricky because it's getting a little tight. So you've got 3 now, and then you're just going to finish your half double crochet. And that one is far less visible than that one. Let's see. There's the original one, and this is the amigurumi one. Yarn over, we'll do the next stitch as a regular half double. And now we're going to do our decrease one more time, amigurumi style. Yarn over, go under the first loop, or the front loop of the next stitch, under the front loop of the third stitch, or the next stitch beyond that, and pull up a loop. Like I said, this gets a little tricky, so take it one at a time if you need to, like I usually do. Yarn over and pull through all three. And then don't forget that last one. There's that. Yarn over and pull through all three. And that's how you make your decreases. Here's an amigurumi decrease, and the second amigurumi decrease, and a regular decrease. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to do double crochet. The rules of double crochet, you're going to chain up the height of a double crochet, which is 3 chains. So 1, 2, and 3. Turn your work. Double crochet is just like a half double crochet. You're going to wrap the yarn around, insert your hook and pull up a loop. Now you have 3. But where you would normally yarn over and pull through all 3 for a half double crochet, for a double crochet, you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. 1. Now you have 2 on there, and you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 again. That's a double crochet. We'll do one more. Yarn over, insert your hook under both loops, both parts of the V. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Now you have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Do it again. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And usually you'll hear me say 2 and 2 instead of pull through 2, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and 2. If you notice, you're going to get some fairly sizable gaps here, which is great for blankets, not super great for amigurumi because the stuffing can push through there. So these probably aren't really used hardly ever. Double crochets are hardly ever used in amigurumi. But to make sure that you understand, should I do anything flat? Should I show anything flat? This is what I'm talking about when I say double crochet. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and through 2. One more time, yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And the last one, yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, oops, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2. And this is what I have. The height of a double crochet is about double of a single crochet, which is why it's called a double crochet, because it's twice the height. At least I think that's why. I'll have to look that up. Alright. Increasing and decreasing of a double crochet is fairly close to increasing and decreasing of a half double crochet. In the amigurumi style, it's exactly the same. So I'm going to yarn over and chain up 1, 2, and 3. Turn the work. Half double crochet, or double crochet in the first stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Now I'm going to increase, so I'm going to put 2 double crochets in the first one, or in the next stitch. Pull through 2, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert the hook in the same stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we now have 1 and 2 and 3. This one will be just a regular double crochet, so yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and then pull through 2. And my mouth is not working as fast as my hands today. Now I'm going to do a decrease just so you can see how that's done. Yarn over. A normal decrease for half double crochet is yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull up a loop in the next stitch. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over and pull through 3. Yarn over and pull through 3. And that makes a super hot mess. I really don't like how that looks, but that's how it looks. To do an amigurumi decrease, I'm going to insert my hook into, yarn over, insert my hook into the front loop, insert my hook into the next front loop. I think I got it off. Yarn over and pull through both of those. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Here's our increase. Oops. Here's our first decrease. That's a regular decrease. And here's our new amigurumi decrease. And that one looks just like a regular double crochet, except just a little bit here on the bottom, so it actually blends in better. Alright, for a treble crochet, or triple crochet if you're a little more American, you're going to step up by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn your work. For a treble crochet, you're going to wrap the yarn twice. So you have 1, 2, 3 loops on the hook. Insert your hook under both parts of the V and pull up a loop. Now you have 4. Yarn over, pull through 1, or through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the third set of loops. Do it again, wrap twice, insert the hook, and pull up a loop. Now we have 4. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2, and once again yarn over and pull through 2. Now we have 1 loop on the hook again. Wrap twice, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you'll see how tall those are. These are good. Again, we're making blankets and scarves, even hats. If you want a loose summer type hat, this is a good stitch to use. Maybe not so good for amigurumi because that is a pretty sizable gap right there. Yarn over twice, insert the hook and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Once again, yarn over twice, so you have 3. Insert the hook, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, last one. Yarn over twice, insert the hook, pull up a loop. Now we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, pull through 2. Be careful not to split it. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And this is what I have, and that is a treble crochet, and it actually is about 3 times the height of a single crochet. Single crochet would only come up to here, and then the double crochet would come up to about there, and a triple or treble crochet comes all the way up, so about 3 times the height. Decreases are the exact same as double crochet decreases. I won't show those because you'll get bored. Alright, one last stitch that I want to show you, and that's the slip stitch, which I kind of showed you how to do in the round, but I didn't really go into it, so let's go ahead and do that now. A slip stitch is really, really easy. To turn our work, we're going to go ahead and chain one, as if we were going to do single crochets. We're going to turn the work, and now we're going to do our slip stitches. To do a slip stitch, you're going to insert your hook under both parts of the V, yarn over, and pull up a loop, then pull that loop you pulled up through the loop you had in the first place. Now you have one. Insert the hook, pull up a loop, and go through the next, and go through the loop on the hook. Do it again. Insert, yarn over. Now you have two. Just take the new one under the old one. One more. Insert the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, and pull the new loop under the old loop. Again. Pull up a loop. New one goes under the old one. Last one. Pull up a loop. New one under the old one. And that is what you have. And those are really, really short. They literally sit over, like almost encasing the top of the stitch below. And again, this is really good for shaping in amigurumi, and you will use those quite a bit. Alright, that's it for my basics video. To finish off a row construction, the only thing you would need to know is that you would go ahead and chain one, snip the thread, pull that out, and then use a tapestry needle to work it in. This is the basics, and I hope you understood. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will link a couple of good other tutorials that explain things just a little differently up in the eye, up in the corner, to other crochet gurus. In case what I'm saying doesn't make any sense, maybe one of theirs will help you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.